Hey, what's cracking everybody? Welcome back to Computer Games Hardware. Today on the channel, we're doing a little bit of computer games hardware news, guys, because it's been a minute and there's a couple of things that I want to discuss. If you're new here, big hello and hi to all our new subscribers. I'm Dan. The computer games hardware news, we usually talk about something computers, something games, and something hardware. So without further ado, let's get stuck into it, guys. Alright guys, let's kick off with some Zen 5 news. We've got some news that's hot off the press from videocards.com, who have revealed that through their BIOS update page, informing its customers that the new Zen 5 CPUs will be supported on their current gen motherboards. Gigabyte has accidentally revealed that Zen 5 will be called, surprise, surprise, Ryzen 9000. And this is actually pretty good from AMD here, because the 8000 series of CPUs and the mobile CPUs and all the new AI CPUs and things like that have just made it even more confusing than it already is. So we've ran into a bit of a situation here where they did what they did with the 4000 series, and they just had so many SKUs going with different mobile SKUs and whatever, that they had to, from the 3000 series, they skipped it and went right to the 5000 series for the desktop CPUs, because it was just getting out of hand. And it looks like they've done that again. It was looking like, and there were reports that they were going to call Zen 5 the 85,000 series, which would have just driven me up the wall. So I'm glad that they just made the jump to the 9000 series, and we can have somewhat of a clean naming scheme for the desktop series. So this is really good news. Unfortunately, we still don't have a timeline or a release date on when these CPUs will be available, but I suspect that they will be revealed at Computex 2024, so look out for all that detail at Computex, and I would expect these to probably release for Christmas time 2024. Let's hope. Alright, let's move on to some gaming news. And PlayStation fans have been eating good out there recently with the release of Stellar Blade and all these big titles. Without some solid first-party PlayStation titles releasing in 2024, it's good to see that they've got some stuff coming. And it looks like on the 31st of July, you will be able to get your hands on physical copies of my favorite series of all time, Capcom's Resident Evil series. So Capcom are releasing Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 7 in hard copy. So that's going to please some people out there. I know my brother-in-law is physical media all the way. I've sort of abandoned it, but I do still appreciate that you can still get some physical media. And there's been some really cool stuff lately in the physical media space. Like, I was looking at the Rugrats game. They've got like playable NES copies and things like that. So it's good to see physical media alive and well, and so much so with my favorite series of all time, you'll be able to purchase Resident Evil 2, 3 Remake and 7 on the PS5 in physical edition with Resident Evil 8. So you can basically get the modern series in hard copy version, which is great. I do believe you can get the digital copies already, but there are people out there who need that collection nice and... So there you go. Look out for that on July 31st. Hey, just wanted to jump in here and say thank you very much for watching. Hello to all our new subscribers. And if you're new here, my name's Dan. We talk about computers, games, and all things hardware and tech. So please, if you're enjoying computer games hardware, smash the like button, share, subscribe, and watching the videos really helps me out. And by the way, big thank you to everyone for actually doing that and watching the videos. I have created some new new playlists and things to make my videos more accessible, and it seems to be working. Everyone seems to be enjoying them a little bit more, so thank you very much. I really appreciate that. If you have any suggestions for me, let me know in the comments down below. Alright guys, and let's round off CGHW news with some hardware news, and unfortunately I've got some bad news here for you. So this is coming from WCCF Tech, who have said that the Radeon RX 8000 series, so RDNA 4 GPUs are only going to utilize 18 gigabits of GDDR6 memory across the entire lineup. So that is really disappointing news to hear. So that is a bit of a downgrade. Now, it's disappointing, but it's not exactly unsurprising. We knew AMD were not attempting to compete in the high end in this generation of GPUs, which I actually thought that they weren't going to compete in the super high end Halo products like the 5090 or Titan series or the TI variants of those cards, which Nvidia ultimately released. I thought they might be keeping with their high-end GPUs and just focusing on good performance across their usual stack, but this seems to confirm that they're not doing that. Because 18 gigabits of GDDR6 memory is not what's in the highest stack of GPUs in the 7000 series of GPUs. So 18 gigabits of GDDR6 covers the 7800 XT, the 7700, and the 7600 XT and normal variants of those cards. So it looks like we're only getting those stacks. So that is pretty disappointing. WCCF Tech are also saying here, considering that we can expect similar bus interfaces for those cards. So they line up, so the 128-bit bus lines up with the 7600 XT, the 192 is the 7700 XT, and then the 256-bit bus actually lines up with the 7800 XT, but more closely to the 7900 GRE. So that's the type of performance that you can expect from the next generation of GPUs. So it's been a little bit of a weird time for GPUs. It looks like AMD are going all in on upscaling frame generation and all that, and might not necessarily trying to be competing at the bleeding edge of the GPU market. We also know that Nvidia have come out and said that they're not a gaming company anymore and that they're an AI technology industry business now, and they are not short for money at the moment, so I don't think that that's going to be their biggest priority going forward. However, I still expect the 50 series to be at the bleeding edge of the GPU market in the next couple of years. So interesting time. It doesn't look like AMD is competing at all. The good news is that we have Battle Mage from Intel to come out, so it might be a perfect opportunity for Intel to hold back a little bit and maybe consider. Now, it's probably not much they can do because they've had these plans in for years and years to come, but they've made huge strides with their Arc series of GPUs and their driver updates, which have seen them performing unbelievably. So Intel might have an opportunity here to really come through and take that second place right out of AMD's hands with Battle Mage that is set to be released in 2024 and beyond. So not much news. We haven't heard much. We've been in this like weird tech void with Computex coming up and not many announcements and plenty of like announcements to the announcements. So I'm looking forward to getting some concrete tech news and hearing what this stuff is all about. What about you guys? What do you think? Are you excited for the 9000 series of AMD CPUs? Are you a bit disappointed about RDNA 4? I know I am. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. At least Resident Evil is coming out physical on PS5. So anyway, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll keep making these if you keep watching them, and I will see you guys in the next one. So thanks for watching. See you next time.